This is Adam David at Culture Pop Blog, and I'm here with Neveen, and we are at the Giving Tree. And yeah, you're just kind of putting me on this spot. So I ended up getting this solar flare, and it's got a lot of love. It's got orange juice, grapefruit, lemon, ginger, turmeric. Is that the best way to say
turmeric?
Turmeric.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, turmeric. And tastes great. I love everything I've tried so far. So
you picked a healthy one.
Yeah. So you want to tell people who you are?
Hold on, before I do that, can I remove this from your head?
Yeah, give me right.
It's all up on your head.
Perfect. Yeah.
It loves you.
Yeah. You actually. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, you actually had the lighting idea, so you get me right. So.
I'm good with lighting. We'll just say that.
Perfect.
I'm Neveen the Queen. Neveen. Everybody knows me as Neveen the Queen. I say Neveen Albidewa. That's not really my last name. We'll get into that later.
All right.
I found my dad like 7 years ago, so I found out I've been saying my last name wrong for years and years and years and years.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
That's wild.
Yes. So I'm Neveen. And I'm here with you right now at the Giving Tree, my favorite restaurant.
Nice.
Do you like it? Did you like the dessert that we had?
I loved it. Yeah. It had love, it had everything. It was perfect.
We put a little spell on it.
Yeah. You put the spell on it.
I put the spell on it. You know why? Because it was rose. I don't even know how to say it. Was it Carmadon? Rose Carmadon? Something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was rosemary. But
okay, so you're worse than me. You're worse than me.
Yeah, see, I got it wrong.
You got it. Yeah, no.
So tell me a little bit about you, like where you're from. Tell me a little bit about your story. What's going on with you?
Well, how far do you want to go back?
You can go. Take me back.
All right. Well, I was born in Kuwait. Okay. I left Kuwait when I was about 13 months. I went to Detroit, and from Detroit I went to Chicago. Chicago is really where I was raised, you know. That's where I learned all of my like hustle, my street smarts, all the cool shit. I feel like that like really defines who I am, like the strength and the hustle and just like the energy I would give to Chicago. Mm-hmm. But then I started moving. I remember I was in Chicago, and I have family in Arizona, and I would come visit. And when I came to Arizona, I started going to these rave scenes because my cousin was a well-known rave DJ, DJ Emil. Shout out to DJ Emil.
Shout out DJ
Emil. So they were part of a DJ crew called the Bomb Shelter DJs, and this like just blew my mind, the type of music that they were playing. But that was like way later. Anyhow, so I'd come and visit, and I remember I'd hang out with everybody, and I would go back and report to Chicago. I'm like, yo, man, like Arizona's different. It's actually really cool. There's weird people there. They have colored hair, and they had piercings in their face, but the music was really good. And they wouldn't believe me. They're like, nah, girl, you tripping. I'm like, I'm not tripping. Like, the music's so dope. I loved it. I fell in love with it. So I would come back to Arizona every couple of years until I finally like moved here. And what's crazy is a lot of people shit on Arizona and say that there's no music scene here. That's false. Totally fucking false. The music here is phenomenal. The artists that come out of here, fucking crazy. The underground like raves that we were putting on, you know, like putting together, were so they will stay in my mind, in me for the rest of my life. Like that scene, the music scene is just, I can't even explain to people how beautiful it was. I'm still friends with these people 30 something years later.
Wow.
I'm still friends with them. It was a really tight community.
Wow.
So I'd come to Arizona, but then I would always move from Arizona as well because I felt like I needed more within the music scene. Though I was here helping put like music festivals together and shows together, I felt like I needed more. So I would go to LA. I'd go out there, I'd work and, you know, network and get to know people. But I'd always come back to Arizona because I had family here. So what ended up happening is I was living in both places. And I'm still kind of in both places right now, Los Angeles and Arizona. I will say that years ago, people would be like, oh, Arizona's, you know, up next. And I'm like, no, it's not. But now it's definitely up next. Yeah. And I could say that confidently. This is one of the best places to be right now. It's grown so much. And music is about to just take off here.
Nice.
So,
what do you think separates like Arizona from like a California, like a super powerhouse, even though it's like right next to it, and kind of like even Vegas too. Like, I'm not saying maybe like what separates Arizona from like those kind of major spots.
Well, I feel like with Arizona, it's so like separated, right? I feel like people need to. I feel like we need more, definitely studios, or more of networking events where I feel like that in the music scene here in Arizona, it's the same people that like hang out with each other,
Mhm.
which is cool. But I think we need to like be a little bit more diverse and like make it a priority to like put more networking events on, which is happening. Shout out to ASU Popular Music, Aaron and Soul. They're holding it down. End of this month, March, there's going to be the music conference. So that's going to be a good place to start.
Oh,
But with Los Angeles, I felt the difference between what I felt. I'm just going to be real with you.
yeah.
I felt like in LA, people were a lot more focused.
Okay.
Okay. Like people, when they move to California, they fucking know that they have to hustle and grind because it's expensive. And if they're not working and putting themselves on, they're going to need to leave because it's not someplace you can just go and be lazy. I mean, some people do it, but how far are they going to succeed? Again, don't be mad at me. This is just
Yeah,
what
it's just opinion.
It's just my opinion and what I've seen, right? I feel like in LA, the artists out there are more driven because they go out there knowing like, hey, I want to make it. Like, I know that this is what I want to do. And there's a lot of producers, a lot of more people that are like so focused on making this happen, and they don't have the time. They got to pay the bills, right? So they're going to go and they're focused.
Yeah.
Arizona, this was before. I felt like they could get a little more lazy here. It's a little bit more relaxed, and which is also nice. But that's not great for somebody that wants to hustle and make it, So what is your goal, I guess?
Right.
Do you want to be a recording artist? Like a well-known recording artist? Do you want to like profit from your music? Or are you just making music for fun? What is it that you want to do?
Yeah.
Now, if you're like a Sam Apoku, he's an, sorry, Sam. I hope you.
I think she's about to say something good about you, Sam. I think so.
I was gonna say Sam's in Arizona. I don't know if you want people to know that, but I just told everybody.
Hey.
But if you're a Sam Apoku, like he has a really strong team also, so that's very helpful. He's got a strong team. He knows what he wants to do. There's no shaking him. He's not wavering on it. It's like, no, this is what I want to do. And it doesn't matter where the fuck he's at. He could be in Arizona. He could be in the closet. Well, not like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He could be anywhere, and he's still going to make it happen because that's who he knows he is. That's what he's manifesting. So that's the difference that I always noticed between Arizona and Los Angeles. That was before. Mm-hmm. Now, I think it's changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a lot more opportunity. More people are coming out here. For sure this time, I could say that confidently. We signed the tax, what was it called? The tax incentive for filming. So a lot of people are coming out here to film. We have studios being built, like major film studios. Yeah. There's a lot that's going on. So my advice to everybody that's in Arizona is like, yo, you've been here this whole fucking time. Everybody's going to start coming out here to Arizona to put themselves on. But you better fucking put yourself on first. We've been in this motherfucker. So we need to put ourselves on. You feel me?
Yeah.
So take advantage of that now before it like blows up. You could do it.
Yeah. Nobody's going to do it for you. So
no one's going to do it for you. That's exhausting.
Yeah. And don't get mad once it starts to be one of those spots where everybody sees it. So don't be the mad one. They didn't put themselves on when they had the chance. You know what I mean?
Don't be mad at me.
Yeah, don't be mad.
Don't be mad.
I mean, and your opinion. I mean, your opinion means something in this game. So, like, I mean,
That's
you're in this game. So, like, what part do you play in the industry just as a whole? I know you're a lot bigger than just Arizona. So, I mean, I know you're in the industry. So, what kind of part do you play?
That's really sweet of you to say. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people ask me this question, and it's not like the easiest, like question to respond. Like, I can't just say I'm strictly only this, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people have known me to be like a manager, like as a music manager. But the reality is I'm more than that. I started off as a promoter in the EDM world. I started off as a manager to book DJs in the EDM world. And it just I kind of fell into music management. And I did that. I focused on that for many, many years. But I still felt like I was more than that. Like, I felt like I needed more than that. Mm-hmm. With music management, I would focus on an artist or two, but it didn't really always feel right, because there's other artists that I was interested in that I thought were dope, and maybe I wasn't managing them, but I felt like, hey, you're such a good artist. I have a connection to this label. I have a connection to this investor. I want to like try to, put something together. Yeah. And then I became more of a facilitator, right? Mm-hmm. And I would just say right now, I'm more so like I'm in public relations. I'm like, they call me the networking queen. I just want to help put people on.
Nice.
That's it. I just want to help put motherfuckers on, and anything that I can do to help put somebody on, I'm going to do it if it makes sense, obviously, because some people want to just take your energy.
Exactly.
And we're not doing that no more. But I'm also focusing on myself right now because I'm a brand. Mm-hmm. Neveen the Queen has always been a brand. I had an agent back in the day. I did a lot of acting, a lot of commercials. I have my own clothing that I want to like focus on. Wow. I have my own story that I want to focus on. So I'm still working on working with artists, and I always will. But I'm also working on putting events together because I will never, like, that was my happiest time, is when I was putting events together. Nice. Like in the EDM, those days, the festival days, I love those. So I'm going to keep doing that, and I'm going to focus on my brand.
Nice. So tell me a little bit more about your brand. What do you want to focus on that the people don't necessarily know? What's something about your brand that people don't necessarily know?
I want to focus on putting more love. I have a feisty side for sure, and one of the reasons why I decided to come to the Giving Tree, mm-hmm. is I was telling you earlier, is I like how calm the energy is. I like the food is super clean. The owner is gracious. Like, they put a lot of love into the food and like the ingredients that they use. And the vibe and energy is exactly where I want to live all the time.
Feel it.
Growing up in Chicago, I was a street kid. Like, I was a hustler. I had a lot of street sense, which I still do. Mm-hmm. But I was put in situations that I didn't want to be in because I had no choice. Yeah. And same with the music industry. There's a lot of hostility. There's a lot of like morals, people lose their morals. Boundaries are crossed. Things that we have to deal with and put up with. And it's a lot of anxiety, and I don't want to live in that space. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You feel me? So my goal is like, hey, I still want to create, and I want to help you create, mm-hmm. and I want to put all that creation out into the universe, so people can see. But we don't got to do it in a way where it's negative,
right,
or mean or hostile or evil, because we could still do it with love. Mm-hmm. And that's my purpose. That's my passion. Yeah. It's to like put people on with my story. Like, I've done a lot of cool stuff, when it comes to like food and healing, and like the people I've hung out with and the knowledge that I've gained and the mentors that I've had, like all of that, all of what I've learned, I want to give back to the people. Nice. And hopefully you guys can learn from it,
That's a vibe. I like that. I like the good vibes, the love vibes. That's what we need in this world.
That's what we need in this world.
Yeah. There's a lot of people you wouldn't think that want to just put out bad vibes to gain for their own self. When you have people who are just putting out love and want to help people genuinely, you want to jump on board and help with that. So I feel the good energy with that, and I know you'll prosper with it for sure.
Thank you. I think it's really cool that, I've always helped other people, like throughout the years. I've always given my time up, for free. Mm-hmm. Let's be real. And for the first time, like, I'm focusing on myself and my brand, and I didn't even expect it, but so many people are just like, I want to help you. No, you deserve it. Like, no, you're, like, we want to help you, don't, whatever. And I'm just like, no, I'm so used to like being like, no, I can't. What can I give you? Yeah. How about you? I got to give you, what can I do? And they're just like, nothing. Like, And it's just how I feel like that's how the universe is like coming back and being like, no, girl, like it's your time now. Like you deserve all of this. You're worthy. You know, people love you. They wanna be a part of your journey as well. And I'm like, yo, this feels fucking amazing.
That's
you
fine.
know? So just
I'm
be a
with
good
it.
person.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer of if you take care of yourself and you're making sure yourself is good, you're good. That's what makes other people better. When you're better, you can do the best for other people. When you're doing good, you'll be able to give people your best. That's how I feel. I just feel like I stand up by that because being a person who's given myself so much at times, like where it's like almost I should get rest to make you better. Like it's like I need to be at my full potential to be helping you. You know, so I'm a firm believer in that, and I feel like that's dope. So I just want to know more. Like growing up in the Midwest, I'm a Midwest person as well. I'm from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yep, Minnesota. I've been told I kind of have the accent. I've never heard it until I moved here that I have an accent.
Oh, that's
I don't know. Maybe I do, but yeah, right up there. So like, what do you think is different from like a Midwest compared to like a Arizona?
Before I answer that question, I heard that Minnesota has got some real gangsters. Am I tripping?
Real ones.
I know. I've met so many people from Minnesota recently that it's crazy how many people I'm meeting. Like Tab Grant, he's out here in Arizona, and like Cash, he goes by Seymour Cash. I believe he's from Minnesota. Okay, my bad if he's not.
Yeah.
But I heard there's some like real killers out there.
There's some real ones, I'm telling you. Yeah, Minneapolis, St. Paul, outside, everywhere, man. All over Minnesota.
So you a killer. I have a feeling.
On these beats, you know what I'm saying? On these beats, on these cameras, you know what I'm saying?
That's a bar right there.
I'm saying that's a bar. Yes. I keep them.
I love that.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask too, like, tell me a little bit about like your most recent journey. I saw on your Instagram you've been posting, you've been traveling a lot, kind of just informing people about what's going on in your personal life.
Yes.
Your journey with breast cancer.
Yeah.
And just kind of touch on that. What you're kind of learning from that, like a learning period. I mean, where it started, kind of. Yeah. What you're learning from it.
I've learned a lot. So, in March 2021, I got diagnosed with breast cancer, which was fucked up. I'm gonna be real with you. It was shocking, right? I was in Los Angeles, living out there in like so much stress. I was just so stressed. Like I was always stressed. I was always upset. I was always grinding and hustling and like trying to fight to the top. And like the people I was surrounded by were just, blood suckers. There was a lot of great people. I'm not going to take that away. Like Mark Batson. I fucking love you, dude. Mark Batson. Look him up. Amazing producer. But I just felt like the industry that I was in, which is the music industry, the people I was around were just not healthy for me. I was so stressed and working way too much and not loving myself. I wasn't working out. I wasn't cooking food. I was always ordering out or going out to eat. Always in a stress mindset and in a lack mindset. Wasn't grateful for all the wonderful things that I had. I wasn't sitting back and being like appreciating that I had this fucking dope apartment in Los Angeles. And I had money in the bank, and I was able to pursue my dreams. And I had loving people around me. That's what I should have been focusing on, right? Taking care of myself, but I wasn't. So I started getting sick or feeling sick, and I didn't understand why. I did get diagnosed with, I did get COVID right when it hit. So I was like one of the first people that started talking about it. And I had like the real symptoms of like, it was all respiratory. I had long COVID. It was bad, right? And I could not catch up. I couldn't come back from it no matter what I was doing. So I had called my family and I was like, yo, I don't feel good. I'm gonna come back to Arizona. So I moved back to Arizona so I could, figure out what was happening. I went to the doctors because I just kept getting like infections that I couldn't beat. Simple infections, like antibiotics would have taken care of it, and it wasn't working. So my doctor was like, hey, have you ever had a mammogram? You need to get one now. And I was like, whatever, dude. So I did it. I was like not thinking anything of it. I had another major meeting in Los Angeles to work for, Death Row Records as an A&R possibly, because they had a new record company they were starting called Godfather Entertainment.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, with Michael Harrio.
Yeah.
But when I went there and I was getting ready for the meeting in the morning, that's when my doctor called me and was like, "Hey, so we got your results back. You're getting diagnosed with breast cancer, invasive ductile carcinoma." Dude, that just shook me. Like, it just fucked me up. But I had to make the choice to be like, first of all, I had to make a decision. Do I want to live or do I not want to live? And the first thing I said is, I want to live. So I'm going to make sure to fight this shit. I threw myself in that world. Every day, like everything that I did was focused on getting healthy. I researched, I met with multiple different doctors, like consistently. I found a naturopathic doctor. That's when it got better for me. That's how I healed. So the naturopathic doctor got me onto like really strong IVs that were helping so many ways. I'll talk about that later because I have other things that I'm working on that I'll share about the treatments because it's a whole lot. So basically, I dedicated my life to learning how to eat well, learning about supplements, learning about fitness, diet, getting stronger in my faith, which is the most important, right? Loving myself and, taking this time for once without being like, oh, I gotta hustle, make this, I gotta do all these things. It doesn't fucking matter because if I'm dead, I'm not gonna be able to do these things, right? So I spent like a good 2 years just like really in it, and I learned so much and I healed. And along the way, I met so many beautiful people that are still like part of my journey, that are still in my life, like Samara Sin, that's my baby. Everybody's gonna learn about her really soon. She's one of the best artists in the whole wide world. I love her. That's like my child. I got more than that. I can't even explain. I can't even tell you exactly what she is. I just love her very much. She was with me throughout the ride. I really appreciated her during the time I was healing because we were able to create together and work together, and like it gave me something else to like also focus on. Like creating brings me happiness. So within all this healing, I was still able to create, but gently, where it wasn't like, we're like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was and I'm still going through that journey right now. There's a lot more to it, but I'm super blessed.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me a little bit more like about just what your brand stands for, and like some of the people that you want to work with, some of the partnerships that you want to like kind of just associate your brand with.
I'm smiling because I know exactly what I want to work with. But
nice. Yeah. Let me know. Tell me. I'm trying to hear it.
So Neveen the Queen, that's my persona, right? I didn't pick Neveen the Queen for what you guys might think Neveen the Queen stands for. Neveen the Queen, I don't even know if I should tell you guys. It's kind of embarrassing, but Neveen the Queen came about when I was 12 years old, Chicago, when I lived in Chicago, Illinois, and I was hanging out with a well-known gang. I won't say it out loud, but I think you guys might figure it out. Queen. Right? So that's where Neveen the Queen came from.
Oh, okay.
I was a little...
So you're a gangster.
I was not in the gang. I did not get initiated into the gang. I hung out with the gang members, right?
Okay.
I was 12 years old.
Oh, dang.
I didn't know any better. I was a fucking wild kid. I was a runaway. So I was doing like crazy shit. I was like on the subway at like 3 a.m. This little 12-year-old. When I think back at my 12-year-old self, I look at my pictures and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? I thought I was grown up, right? I remember one time I was in Chicago and I was like at the train station at like 3 a.m. This dude comes walking up and he was like, scared the shit out of me. He was like, what's good? He's like, do you know where the fuck you're at? I said, yeah. Do you know where the fuck you're at? He was like, "You crazy!" And he turned around and ran off, and I was like, but I had no choice. Like, I had to like act like I was crazy, you know, so nobody would really fuck with me. But now that when I think back, I was like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, 12. That takes a lot of street smarts to go.
A lot of street smarts. But yeah, so Neveen the Queen came from that.
I'm with it.
I'm laughing, so, and it just stuck. And now Neveen the Queen is completely different, you know.
So like you were a wild child as a youngin. You feel like that like helped you just like in your just everyday life now, just knowing just your way around the music industry, especially the music industry, because I feel like you got to just kind of muscle your way through everything.
No,
kind of like that.
You got to be in your masculine, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the times, but I'm gonna talk about that too. Yes, it definitely shaped me because God rest my mom's soul, and I love her. She did her best, but like being 12 years old and not living with parents and not having any type of like parental guidance and just having to maneuver my way around life, like I learned very quickly how to figure people out. Like my intuition is crazy. I could meet somebody and know from the jump like what kind of person you are. Now, and then I had these were my options, right? Because I was moving so much. I was moving every 2 years. My option was be a loner or be popular. I was like, nah, I'm gonna be popular. I would fucking be popular. So I always made sure, like, that's why I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends in like every state you can think of. I have tons of friends, and we're still friends after like 30, 40 years, right? Don't ask me how old I am.
We just got a gem, y'all. We just got a gem right there. Don't let it go over your head. Don't let it go over your head.
Oh man. Okay, so but yeah. So I made a lot of friends along the way because that was the option. Like be alone, make some friends. But thankfully, I'm so grateful to be able to have grown up that way. I don't want to take away from the fact because I still live in that space sometimes, like the trauma of not having parents and like having to move every 2 years. I actually go to therapy for it today, to this day, because I want to make sure that like I'm the healthiest version of myself so I can show up for other people. It's not fucking easy, right? But we're working on it. So it shaped me, especially in the music industry. Okay, so back to what I was gonna tell you. I used to always live in my masculine. I felt like I had to live in my masculine because I didn't want anybody to take advantage of me or any guys to take advantage of me. That's not always the way, the right way to do it. When you get older and you actually learn more about yourself, I don't have to be in my masculine anymore. I can still stay in my divine feminine and have a lot of power because divine feminine women are a lot more powerful. So now I know how to talk to these masculine men and still respect myself and make them respect me and still get my way without having to be like, you know what I mean? Like just with all that, it's a skill, but I think that's like where therapy comes in and just like women empowerment. I never understood when women don't like other women. That shit's crazy to me. What are you saying right now? Women are so supportive and like they have your back fully when you have like a good group of women. You need more of that, more healing, more women, and men too. I just want to say shout out to guys too. You guys have really come a long way.
Appreciate it.
Honestly, like I feel like men nowadays compared to like back in the day are like a lot more loving. I see more like fathers, like single fathers, and like treating women with respect. Like I just gotta give a shout out to you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to all the good fathers, all the good dudes out there. Doing what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. And just being respectful. Like I'm blessed. Like all the guys that I'm around, thankfully they're all super respectful, wonderful husbands, wonderful fathers, great friends. So yeah, shout out to you guys.
Right. You got anything else you want to tell the people?
What else do I need to tell the people?
Anything coming up that you got? Any moves you're making?
I got a lot of moves coming up, but I'm not ready to share all that. I'm trying to change my ways. I'm waiting. Like I want to have finished product before I talk about things now.
Yeah.
However, there is at the end of this month, March 22nd and 23rd at the Arizona Popular Music. we're going to have a conference. So Arizona Popular Music Conference. Get your tickets now. There's going to be a lot of amazing workshops, a lot of industry executives out there that you can learn from. I'm going to be moderating a panel about how to build your team. And I'll be interviewing a lot of really cool people I'm super excited about. So yeah, hopefully you can show up.
Nice. Yeah, everybody tap in. You know what I'm saying? This is Culture Pop Blog. I'm Adam David. I'm here with Neveen the Queen. You know what I'm saying? We just had a dope talk. I appreciate you for coming. I appreciate you for blessing my company, my brand with your story. I enjoyed hearing about it. And I'm excited to hear more. I'm excited to see what you do. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks. I'm so glad you brought me on. Like, I appreciate you even wanting to learn about my life.
Yeah.
That's super fucking dope.
For sure. It was very interesting.